Now refresh the screen.
Right.
Never mind, it just did it.
He's some type of jock.
Charles
Aaron
IV,
Rodgers.
King of Bohemia and Holy Roman Emperor, had a long and successful reign. The empire he ruled from Prague expanded, and his subjects lived in peace and prosperity. When the emperor died, the whole empire mourned. More than 7,000 people accompanied him on his last procession.
Alright, let me know if this does anything to you. Because I need to see if I changed anything else. It's staying on that?
Yep.
That's what I did wrong. Never got off of that, did it? Hell no, it didn't. Alright.
Got sound now.
Welcome to the stream. I'm going to be doing a fresh start. Sadly, it's the only way I know to get rid of these old saves, so you have to give me a minute. On hardcore mode. began with a sore throat and fever, and ended with distraught parents and funeral bills. That year, the scarlet fever took many young lives, not only yours. Obviously, you died, and you have to start a new life. That actually sounds kind of cool. Damn shame you didn't get your vaccinations. You could have avoided being dead. Or better yet, your parents were smart enough to get... Okay, I'm done with the political stuff. Oh, it seemed strangely quiet that evening. And when you went outdoors, you found out why. All your neighbors were standing there, motionless, carrying torches. You were never very popular. Something sounds to me like someone has screwed themselves out of shit. I must choose at least 2 negative perks. Let me see here. Medieval life is full of uncertainty and woes. Spring gives way to winter, and the years have borne away your carefree youth. Neither have you escaped the blows of fate. Like every man judged by God, you too have your cross to bear. Select at least 2 negative perks that will stay with you for the whole game. Nightmares. Since childhood, you have been troubled by reoccurring nightmares in which you are being chased by colorful jesters. Although the dream repeated night after night, it still frightens you as much as it did when you were little. You awoke so shook that all your stats are lowered for a while. That sucks, by the way. Claustrophobia. You got your head stuck in a bucket as a child because you're a retard. Since then, your father took an axe to it, and ever since you have had a fear of enclosed spaces. Wearing a helmet with the visor down makes you so anxious that your attacks are weakened. Damn shame you were stupid enough to put your head in a bucket. Yeah, I still find that funny. Hemophilia. Like your father and his father before him, you are afflicted with a family curse. All it takes is a scratch and you start to bleed like a stuck pig. Once it starts, the bleeding is faster and is harder to stop. I kind of like that one. For being a swordplay, my god, that would be fun. Oh god, I scratched myself while sharpening my sword. Is that why you're covered in blood? Yes. Pass out. Numbskull. Your mother wasn't a very good mom.
Did you actually get that one?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Numbskull. Your mother dropped you on the head as a baby. She kissed better your bumps, and they soon faded. But then you realized that you're still a moron. Lower your hand. That doesn't mean I'm talking about you. Consumption. You once caused a nasty, nasty chill that ended up in a persistent cough. Many thought you'd never survive, but eventually you healed. Nevertheless, since that time, you don't breathe very well, and your stamina regenerates so much slower. Consumption, that's tuberculosis.
Yep.
That sucks. I know that one for a fact. You get the shakes. When you were too little to know better, you fell into a well. It was hours before they got you out. Ever since then, you had the shakes from time to time, and you were back in that dark, chilly, cold well. Obviously, this is not good for archery, pickpocketing, or lockpicking. Yeah, we're not going for that one either. I do a lot of archery, pickpocketing, and thievery. Tapeworm. When you get an appetite, I'll be damned, you'll eat everything, including the people around you. Yeah, you don't just eat enough for 2, you eat enough for 30. You get hungry faster and you eat more often. This is a fun one. Not just are you a restless sleeper, you end up in places you didn't know existed. Or do I want to have brittle bones? Falling sucks. Getting hit by a mace, that's nothing, but falling? Ooh. I guess it's more like bad knees than brittle bone syndrome. What do you think?
I knew a girl in school that's like that. Couldn't do nothing. But The YouTubers I watch got the bones and when you just got, and she had no problems at all.
That's why I like it, because it doesn't work right. Actual brittle bones, if I get hit by a mace, I should be done in.
Mhm.
If I get hit by anything, I should be done in. An arrow to the chest, that breaks
And then,
bones.
and yeah, so he did the claustrophobic and one the other one. I think it was numbskull.
Numbskull. I don't like numbskull. It makes it to where I can't think or level as fast. I'm thinking about doing brittle bones just because it's not that impressive. There's an achievement if I take every fucking one of them, but I don't think I'm going to just yet.
Hey, uh, Watchmen got this fixed and they both work right now.
If they do, I'm screwed. That means if I take an arrow to the chest, it's going to shatter all my ribs.
And you bleed viciously.
Yes! Oh, and a horse ride? Screw your hips. You're a powder. The early 15th century, blah, 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 blah. Empire flourished. The king's inactivity angered many nobility, as his half-wit brother, King Sigismund of Hungary, who decided to take drastic steps to make me read faster, and I suck at it.
I saw different faces going through the Twitch.
Yeah, Australia has the biggest difference. As a Asian book. You notice how the armor bends whenever they're holding their bellies? You know why that is, don't you? Because they're skinning and not modeling. They need to have that armor as a secondary thing outside.
Same to you.
And have the body move
Today's
under it.
a scorcher.
Yep.
Today's a scorcher. Look at that woman going back to her house doing what women do. Clean, sweep, and take care of everything in the household, but kind of like their own little slaves.
Well, husband, how goes it?
Good. I should get it finished today. Where on earth is Henry? I need him to run some errands.
He was still sleeping when I went out.
At this hour? Blue-blooded idler.
Well, it looks like he was out all evening, drinking like a lord.
Go and get the lazy bones up then. Quick clout round the ear should do it.
Mm-hmm.
She won't do it right. She has to beat them in the ears. I still want to know why they're growing hops. At the wrong place. That should be at the
Henry!
bar, not there.
Get up now. There's work to be done.
Get up or I'll come get you up, you slug of bed.
Well, I know
Hear
where the hell
that?
the bed is. Just
You'd
one-
better
one
not
bed,
vex
three
him.
people.
Now get up quick. Your breakfast is on the table.
Where the other bed is?
Wait, what's this?
Damn it, she found my
Have
hand.
you been... Oh, Henry. How many times have I told you about fighting?
Oh, it's nothing. It's just a scratch.
You've been at that sword play again,
Yes, I didn't
haven't
pass the
you?
bed.
You better
Nope,
pray
it's not,
your
it's a
father
bitch.
doesn't get to hear of it.
So there's
you
no
know
bed.
how he feels about it.
Oh, don't worry, it wasn't that. I just scratched myself is all.
Well, just don't come crying to me if you really do get hurt. Now get up, you rogue.
Oh, would you stop yawning? You're making me yawn. It's only 1 o'clock in the morning.
A fine state you're in this morning. What on earth did you get up to last night?
I was sweating in the forge all day yesterday, and then I was helping Fritz and Matthew with some errands. So I'd say I have a right to be a bit tired.
Well, I've got a feeling there's something you're not telling me. And it's connected with that scratch on your hand. And that suspicious-looking character with a sword who turned up in town recently.
I was with Bianca. Do you want a blow-by-blow account of everything we did? What's this, an interrogation?
All right. Sorry, son. It's just that I worry about you.
Thanks, Ma, but I'm not 4 years old.
I know, Hal. You've grown up in front of my eyes. It's hard to get used to it.
No, they're not.
Did Matthew and Fritz come looking for me?
No, I haven't seen them this morning. They shouldn't be hard to find. They'll be hanging around a tavern somewhere as usual.
Mother.
You're nearly a grown man, Hal. Father will pass the forge on to you one day soon. You've been courting that Bianca for months now. Why do you have to keep wasting your time with those two layabouts? They're nothing but trouble.
Can I get something to eat?
I left some breakfast on the table. Help yourself.
Is Father angry with me for sleeping late?
He's not happy. Yesterday you promised him you'd help finish that sword for Sir Radzig. He's not as young as he was. And you know how his joints pain him. He's too proud to complain, but he needs your help, Henry.
I know. Don't worry, Ma. Of course I'll help him.
Good. He always says his knees ache when there's a storm coming. I hope they're wrong this time. It's looking like such a nice day.
Do you need me to do anything, Ma?
Ah, you're a good lad. But I'm fine. It's your father needs helping with that sword.
I'm waiting for her head to come off her body and start levitating and turning around and puking acid all over me. I'm gonna freak the fuck out if that happens. Just saying. First things first, eat the pot of fuck. Fucking orange goop on the thingy. And then I'm gonna pick up this piece of cheese, and this piece of cheese, and this apple, and this apple, and stand up on my bed, and take this apple, and this bread roll, and this apple, and this lentil soup, because they don't even sound like food, and this bread, and this apple, and this apple, and I found the other bed. It's right here in the corner. Here's one. And they don't use it as beds, they actually just kind of curl up and cry. Still ravenous here. Can I actually rob my own house? I can. I need lockpicks. But you know, I can sell all parents' food. Alright. Smith 53. Bread. Cheese and bread. The ultimate dinner of kings. house got me to 99. You know what that means? My guy was hungry as hell. Don't worry, Mother and Father. I will bury you here soon enough, beneath the linden tree. Fear not. No one will know you're there except for me because I'm too stupid to mark it. And my question is, why am I growing hops next to a smithy? Smithies don't use hops.
Maybe that's his wife's plants.
What do you want, Father?
At least you're up, that's a start. Anyway, we've a lot of work to do today. I'm finishing the sword for Sir Radzik, and I need your help.
With what?
I'm running out of charcoal. Run to the market and buy a bag from the charcoal burner.
I'll need some money then.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Kunesh still owes me for an axe, a hammer, and the nails I sold him a month ago. Not to mention his debt from before. Go and tell him to pay up, at least for the axe and hammer, and then use the money to buy the charcoal.
Kunesh? That drunkard? That'll be fun.
Well, you're a big lad now. I'm sure you can manage. If not, tell him that next time I'll come myself and personally use that hammer to bang those nails into his arse.
Sure he'll be happy to hear it. Is that all?
Not quite. The Chamberlain at the castle has the crossguard for Sir Radzik's sword, which I had engraved in Sasau.
You want me to go and pick it up? All right. Money, charcoal, crossguard. Got it.
And ale. Stop off at the tavern on your way home. I know you'll be going there anyway to see that girl of yours. But make sure the ale's still cool from the cellar when you get back.
Her name is Bianca.
Right, so make sure Bianca draws me a nice cool one. Run along now, work won't wait.
But I want to help. Honestly, I really want to help with the blacksmithing. That's far more fun. Okay. Since you're the one requesting that I record this, how should I do this? Do you want me to be an asshole from the get-go and rob everyone blind? Or do you want me to be the honorable knightly type and the good boy?
Still everything in sight.
Roger, 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 roger. Roger, 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 roger. And Pamela. This will probably be a short video tonight, because I think I may actually go to bed kind of early.
So, 3?
Probably. About 3 hours, maybe 2.5. Maybe a little longer, depending. Hey, you drunken fuckers.
What?
Not you, them.
Oh.
I'll be with you.
I'm with you, Henry.
How are you?
Father sent me. We're forging a sword for Sir Radzik, and the Chamberlain has the crossguard and grip. Father had them engraved in Sasau.
Right. They're here. The Chamberlain gave them to us for you. We looked them over. Beautiful work. I've never seen anything so fine.
I can't wait to see the sword. Just make sure you don't botch it.
When did I ever botch anything?
Where shall I start?
Shut up and give me what I want, or I'll kick your ass this evening.
Right away, your lordship.
Magnificent. Shame I can't keep the sword for myself. Well, I better go if we're to get the job done by this evening.
Godspeed. See you later in the tavern.
You certainly will. After today's work, the ale might even be on me.
He's full of shit. The ale's never on him. He's a fucking kid. According to this game. A 30-year-old child. So bad I want to run up there and punch the horse in the ass. Although you've hardly ventured beyond Skalitz your whole life. Traveling merchants, Wayfair, Wooden Talmberg, village called Privoslavitz. How in the hell is that activated already? I haven't even started the game. Oh, they're just telling me that I have these DLCs. Tournament. That's the one thing I'm looking forward to doing. So far, I've won every tournament I went to. And I'm not done yet. I can tell it.
Are you here to buy?
Indeed I am, or I'll have nothing to smelt the ore with, and the king won't get his silver.
Which king do you mean, Master Tobias? The one sitting in some godforsaken dungeon, or the one who holds the key to the dungeon?
These are strange times, strange and ill-omened. But since I serve our liege lord Sir Radzik, I think you know the answer.
True, but where will Sir Ratzik take the silver? Hardly to Kuttenberg. Now its citizens bend their knees to Sigismund.
Fortunately, that's not my problem. Perhaps Sir Radzik is keeping it at the castle until this whole unhappy story reaches its end.
I only hope Sigismund doesn't get an appetite for our silver too.
That makes two of us. But back to business. I'll need 3 wagon loads.
I see your people are working hard. You'll have it tomorrow. Shall we go and drink to the deal?
With pleasure, good man.
God be with you, Kunesh.
What do you want?
My father sent me to get the coin you owe him for the axe, hammer and nails.
I've got nothing. Clear off.
You know you owe father for a lot more than just the axe and hammer. If he went to the bailiff about it, you'd be in deep water. At least pay for the tools if you can't pay for everything.
I told you I have no coin, you bastard. Get the hell out of here, or I'll use the axe on you.
If that's the way you want it, I'll tell father you won't pay and you can tell him what you told me.
And don't come back.
A locked chest. I'll need a lockpick to get into that. Fritz might have one.
Good health to you, Henry.
Spaceship, you dirty bastard.
Hey, Pip. Have you recovered from yesterday's great wound?
That was nothing. Except mother noticed and had a word or two to say about it.
No mother's happy when a son starts to take an interest in swords. Where there's weapons, there's death. The question is, what do you want?
I don't want to rot in this hole forever. I feel like I don't belong here. I want to live and see the world. The world's a dangerous place and I need to know how to protect myself.
Spoken like a man. And as it happens, today's your last chance. I have to leave. So, are you ready to get stuck in?
Yes.
Alright, I'll wait on the ground by the sheepfold as usual. So, can we get started?
We can.
Good. And since today's the last time we'll be seeing each other, you can show me everything I've taught you so far. Very well. Let's start with the basics. Keep moving. Your life depends on it. All right. Now try to hit me. You have to put your weight into your attack. If you just fiddle around, you'll get nowhere. Try slashing from different sides. Unpredictability is the key. Never repeat yourself. Good. Now you're getting it. All right. Nice. Not bad. Again. The point of the blade is for stabbing. Try it a few times. Very good. Nice. Very good. Good. Let's try something else. One strike I can fend off without a sweat. But if you chain your strikes, I'll have a much harder time. As soon as you land one blow, follow it with another. Now you're getting it. Good. Fine. I don't know about you, but I'm tired and thirsty. Remember though, train hard. No one becomes a master swordsman overnight. You have to work and work. And the main thing is to use what you've learned in real combat. There's nothing better than experience, believe me.
God be with you. Take care.
Let's have a word about the price.
Why not?
Is this enough?
That sounds pretty interesting. A little less and I'll be satisfied.
I'll go for that.
For the kitten or the field.
You can't be serious, Deutsch. Insulting our king.
What insult? I say only the truth. Sigismund has done only what he had to.
He had to abduct the king. He had to lure his cousin Prokop into a trap and imprison him. He had to invade with his army of Tartars and besiege Kuttenberg.
Why not? What is this Wenceslas for a king? The empire is falling asunder in his hands. The German counts elected Ruprecht of the Palatinate as king because your Wenceslas would not go to their deeds even.
German counts. Traitor.
Now even the Pope
God be with you, Henry.
I'm with you, Matthew. What's going on here?
Deutsch is spouting shit.
What?
Just listen and you'll hear for yourself.
Someone has to bring order and reunite the empire.
What do I care about the Austrians? And nowadays, not even the devil himself can keep up with all the popes. Which is the rightful pope? The one in Rome or the one in Avignon?
Do not blaspheme, Alex.
No, it's true, though. Wenceslas is the king of Bohemia. Bohemian nobles are on his side. To hell with Rosenberg and his cabal. Sir Radzik is Wenceslas' commander-in-chief. He stayed loyal to the king. And if he heard you talking like this, he would have you whipped like a dog.
Your deal will soon have nothing left to rule. Jobst had to sell Luxembourg to help your king. South Bohemia is with Sigismund
and don't forget about Kuttenberg, where Germans like you kissed Sigismund's feet to keep their heads.
Yes, but
Goodman Deutsch, this is pointless. Let us talk of more pleasant things.
My words exactly.
Deutsch has gone too far. Wenceslas is our rightful king.
Deutsch is an idiot. But what can you do?
I might have an idea. Deutsch deserves to be taught a lesson. Doesn't he, Fritz?
You're too right, Matthew. Should give him a proper hiding.
Are you mad? Do you want to end up in the pillory?
Don't listen to Fritz. I've got a better idea. Deutsch was talking such shit, it made me think of that huge parliament. You know, the one right next to his freshly whitewashed house.
You think we should redecorate for him? Count me in.
Well, I'd rather torch it, to be honest. But throwing some tears will do.
What do you say, Henry?
But I was going to get ale for father and a few other things. We're finishing Sir Radzig's sword.
Come on. Throwing a few handfuls of manure is not going to take all day.
And it's our duty to defend the honor of our king.
So, Hal, are you with us?
Not that I don't want to teach the Deutsch a lesson, but I really don't have time.
Well, that's disappointing. Still, we can manage without you. Let's go, lads.
Honestly, Hal, how could you possibly chance like this?
Listen, there's this locked chest I need to get into.
Really?
So you changed your mind
And
about
honest
coming with
not
us?
good enough for you anymore?
Good.
It's just that someone has something that doesn't belong to him, and I want to
Is
take
Henry
it back.
going with us or not?
If you say so. It's no skin off my nose anyway. I've got some lockpicks you can have. But if you get caught, you didn't get them from me.
Yeah, never heard of you. Thanks, Fritz.
What? Hey, what are you doing here? Clear off quick or I'll throw you out.
Yeah, about time. Have you got everything I wanted?
Kunesh didn't want to pay, so I got no money for those things you sold him. But I took them in lieu of the debt.
Took meaning he gave them to you, or took meaning stole?
If he didn't pay, then they're still ours. How can you steal something that's yours?
Fair point. Give it to me then, and here's some money for the rest.
Greetings, Henry. God be with you.
I'd like to discuss the price.
Naturally.
What do you say to this?
That's not enough.
That's a sum I can live with.
Have a look at these cucumbers. They'll stay firm all winter. Buy them before someone else knows.
That ain't happening this round. I wasted my last lockpick on that.
Dark at home? A torch will help. Your fields lie fallow? Here's a hoe. Need straw for the winter? You'll need a rake. hoes for your house, rakes and hoes for your field. What else do you need? Come on up and see.
God save, my lovely. You're looking well today.
You too, handsome. What brings you here?
Your beauty, of course.
Oh, noble sir, I'm as honored as any simple maid can be. And apart from my beauty, what else might your worship desire?
The Deutsch is mouthing up.
Oh,
Well, I'd say he's an exceptional form to... I need ale for father.
a pitcher as usual?
Aye. Bring me a cool one from the cellar.
But of course. Here you are.
Thanks.
It's on me today. You can pay me back this evening.
Out of the question. Here you go. And this evening I'll have something more for you.
I can't wait.
Thanks. You'll have something to look forward to this evening.
You too. Oh, by the way, that shifty-looking fellow was asking after you.
Vanyek?
I suppose. He is a man who makes his coin robbing honest wayfarers. I'm sure of it.
He promised to teach me how to use a sword.
What use would that be to you?
Enough. You sound just like father. I'll be going now. See you this evening.
Hal, I've got something special for you.
Is that so?
Your favorite Sabier schnapps.
Really? You're an angel.
I hope you'll thank me properly later.
You bet I will.
Greetings. Good luck then.
Yeah, about time.
Not yet.
And how?
No, I don't.
Yeah, about.
I have charcoal, the hilt, and the ale. We can start.
Good job. Let's have it then, son. Well done. Right. Let's see what kind of job the master in Sasau did for us. Look at that, lad. That's what I call craftsmanship.
What does the inscription mean?
Damned if I know. Doesn't look like Czech to me. Latin, maybe? Lord Radzig ordered it. Oh, this will be the finest sword I've ever made. Have we got the charcoal? Good. Then fire up the forge. We'll put it all together. By the way, I heard some gossip about what happened to Deutsch. I expect you know something about it.
Maybe.
Maybe? Someone threw dung at Deutsch's freshly lime-washed house, maybe? And maybe those cronies of yours had something to do with it?
That Deutsch was talking treason in the tavern about Sigismund and the king. He got what he deserved.
Oh, got what he deserved, did he? Look, I don't know if you're mixed up in this or if it's just those friends of yours. It's all the same to me. But I have a trade to run. The German pays well. And having my son in the pillory helps nothing and nobody, least of all the king. Do you understand?
Yes.
Look me in the eye, Henry. Do you understand?
I understand.
Good. Then we'll never have this conversation again.
So you think it's right to let traitors speak ill of the king?
Does that boy ever listen to a word I say? So Deutsch spouts rubbish, so what? You might win a fight with violence, but you'll never win an argument. Remember, Henry, if you want to convince someone that they're wrong, try using your mouth, not your fists.
The furnace is ready.
Right, we'll do the grip. I'll heat it up, and when I take it out, you slip the grip on so it fits exactly. You know what you're doing. Do it. Good. Once more. That's it. Done. Now file it down so it sits well in the hand. I'll prepare the guard.
Father, why did you leave Prague? Who ever heard of a master swordsmith making horseshoes in a village?
I had my reasons, Hal. And here I have your mother and you. Why would I want any other life?
Do you remember Emperor Charles?
I do. Life was good under his reign.
Better than now.
He built half of Prague, and a score of castles, had a bridge made over the Moldau, and founded a university, and all without a war. He knew how to rule.
Better than Wenceslas.
Better by far. But Wenceslas doesn't have it easy. It's hard to step into the shoes of someone whose like is born only once 1,000 years.
What about Sigismund?
Do you think Charles would have brought an army down on his own people like Sigismund? No. Wenceslas may not be the equal of his father, but Sigismund, he brings shame to the royal name. How's it going? Give it here, and we'll put it all together.
It's magnificent.
Indeed it is. The Lord be with you. My father sent me for those nails.
Good day to you, Teresa. They're ready. Will you fetch them for me, Hal? They're in the trunk in the living room.
Henry, are you all right?
Here are those nails you wanted.
Thanks. So, how's Bianca?
She's fine. Why do you ask?
Henry,
Just
what are you
wondering,
waiting for?
Will you
Bring
be going
those
to the
nails.
dance this evening?
We will.
Maybe we'll see each other there. Anyway, mustn't keep you. I'll be on my way. That sword is truly beautiful.
Fine lass, eh? Now stop staring at her and come and see this. It's time for the trial by fire. We did a fine job.
I would expect nothing less from such a renowned swordsmith.
Those days are gone, sir.
You haven't lost your skills, though. Would you like to try it?
Sir, what good is a sword to a commoner?
Let him try it. You still have a lot to learn. Ask your father to show you how. He knows what he's about.
Learning his trade will serve him better in life, sir.
Perhaps. But who knows what the future holds for each of us. I see that you almost have it finished.
It just needs a polish, then Henry will bring it to you.
Excellent. Fine work, very fine. A sword such as this will bring honour to its bearer. What say you, Svan?
True, Sir Radzik. If I'd have had its like back in Nicopolis, things would have worked out differently. How odd to find such an accomplished swordsmith working in a place like this. A man of his talent would have no problem making a fortune in Prague or Vienna.
You're right. It's a very long and peculiar story.
I'd be glad to listen to it over a cup of wine, but duty calls, and I must leave. Here you are. Learn from your father. He truly is a master of his craft.
I'm sure our paths will cross again.
He certainly will.
Once it's ready, send your son up to me with it. Good work, Martin.
Sure.
It's been an honour, Sir Istvan. Have a safe journey to Sasau.
The honour is mine, Sir Radzik. Thank you for the hospitality.
A long, peculiar history.
That was a long time ago. I might tell you about it sometime, but not today.
Will you teach me how to use it, like Sir Radzik said?
Why?
Well, it could come in useful. Maybe I'll travel a bit before settling down. I'd like to know more than the tavern on the green and the forge.
You know the trouble with an adventurous life, son? It can end before it gets started. I might teach you how to handle a sword, and then someone will shoot you with a crossbow as soon as you set foot outside the house.
You talk as if you've seen it happen.
A man my age has seen a lot. Being a blacksmith might bring no glory, but it has its benefits, like keeping your head on your shoulders. I want to end my days in Skalitz, here, beneath the linden tree and by your mother's side.
Well, so do I, one day. But first I'd like to see the world, meet new people.
Meet them or beat them?
Meet. You have to keep going on about it.
Then you've no need to learn swordplay.
A messenger.
He was in a hurry. What's happened? Take the sword, go into the house, and grab anything else important from the trunk. Go to the castle. Hurry!
What about you?
Your mother is in the village. I'll fetch her and we'll follow right behind.
I'll go with you.
No! You'll do what I say right now. Give the sword to Sir Radzik. If anything happens, he'll take care of you. He owes me.
Closing! Move in, people! Come on!
We're running
Come
out of
on!
time! Oh, Henry! Thank God! Get inside quick! We have to shut the gates!
Get running, people! Come on!
Why mess with me?
Are you mad? You can't go back!
Get through the gates!
Come on, Hal! You can still make it! Run! Find a horse! Ride to Talberg! Tell them what's coming! Warn them!
Run by the moat! There's a path down there! Jump down from the wall and flee!
You pigs! Don't touch me, or I'll kill you! Go to hell, you Tatar beast!
Minä jopa värköt anna rossabläs, veribond.
Ah!
Itsoina oli koko kuin näkijäläntien liittäisi taros. Sit varmut kelkalan kuin jää.
Yeah.
Left. Talmberg is to the left, along the stream.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tekerem a nyakat, te nyomoronc!
Go! They'll kill you all!
Yeah.
Warn the others! They've tore at Skalitz! Run for it! Go! They'll kill you all!
Oh my God! Wait! Jesus Christ!
Help! Skalitz has been attacked! Do something! Help!
Quickly, everyone! Get your asses here!
Hey! Loose!
Haku! Who's in there? They're turning tail! Quickly! We're closing the gate!
Someone give him a drink. And bring hot wine and bandages. Tell me, boy, who are you and where are you from? What in hell's name happened?
I've come from Skalitz. They burned it to the ground. Slaughtered everyone.
Who? Who burned it to the ground?
A huge army. They attacked without warning. And they weren't Czechs or Germans either.
Who then?
I don't know. I've never seen armour like it or heard their language. Maybe Tatars?
Tartars, you say? Yeah. Well, we'll deal with that later. First, let's have a look at that leg of yours.
I don't know.
Grit your teeth, boy. I'm gonna pull that arrow out.
Easy. All done. You were lucky, lad. The arrow missed the bone. It only needed bandaging, and I've done that often enough before. War is a good teacher. Can you stand? There you go. Good as new.
Thank you.
Have you idlers nothing better to do? Get back to work. You'll have to speak to Lord Divish. Can you manage? Sir, this is a survivor from...
I heard, Robard. Tell me, boy, what exactly happened? Did you see the ensigns of the attackers? And were there any more survivors?
Sir, I don't know what army it was, but it was huge. There were dozens of banners flying on the hill above Skalitz. The ones who did the slaughtering spoke a strange language. They burned Skalitz to the ground. But a lot of people took refuge in the castle. I wasn't quick enough. And as I fled, they shouted from the battlements that I should come and warn you.
The soldiers the boy didn't recognize. They could be those Cumans of Sigismund's. It said they came to Hungary from the east, and now they're the core of his army. Sacking Kuttenberg must have given him a taste for stolen silver.
Skalitz is a small castle, sir. If Sigismund attacks, they can't hold.
Indeed, Sir Robard. And our small garrison would be no help, even if we could risk sending them.
You think we're next in line?
Maybe. What's your name, boy?
I'm Henry, son of the Skalitz blacksmith.
I know him. Did he make it inside the castle? I'm sorry. It's in God's hands now. No one else can help us. Anyway, thank you for risking your neck to warn us. Robard, take care of Henry. Make sure he gets something to eat and some rest.
Yes, sir.
And get all the people inside the gates. We have to prepare for the worst. Make all the necessary arrangements.
As you command, sir.
You've done well, lad. I'm sorry for your loss. You must be all done in. Why don't you go to the kitchen and have a good meal? Sorrow is easier to bear on a full stomach.
Please tell me what happened in Skalitz.
I heard about your father. They say he was a swordsmith who moved to the countryside to make horseshoes.
It seemed like any other day.
God preserve her.
We all ran. They murdered my pet.
God bless.
I can't understand why he'd waste his talents, but I'm sure he had his reasons. He had a fine reputation. It's a great loss.
Ah, milady. You are fortunate our good lady Stephanie of Talmberg has graced us with her presence.
My lady, I'm honoured.
So this is our brave young man. Welcome, lad. Bojena here will take care of you. No doubt you're tired and hungry.
Indeed. How could he not be, poor soul? After everything he's been through, he must be as hungry as a bear, aren't you, young master? Here you are then. Eat your fill.
And a little wine to wash it down.
Thank you, my lady.
When you're done, you can go and rest with the grooms in the Outer Bailey.
No, that won't do, Sir Robard. After all he's been through, he deserves a proper bed. Let him sleep in a lodge in the courtyard.
Certainly, my lady. Young Henry here is overwhelmed by your generosity.
Yes, thank you, my lady. May God reward you for your kindness.
Eat up now. You're in capable hands, so I'll leave you to it. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, man.
When you've done, you can sleep in the bedchamber of the courtyard lodge. And don't forget to take off those filthy boots before getting into bed.
I like that. And your boots, take them off before you go to bed. Those things are nasty. Now that was a good meal.
You fled from Skalitz? How did you manage that?
I can tell you what happened, but I don't understand why. We were just going about our usual business when the soldiers came and began their slaughter. Anyone who couldn't flee to the castle was cut down. They destroyed everything. It's a miracle I escaped with my life.
Today the patrols will be doubled. Keep your eyes peeled. If you see anything out of the ordinary, report it immediately. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes?
It is I, Henry. Forgive the intrusion. I didn't wake you, boy, did I?
My lady, No, not at all. But what brings you here at this hour?
I thought you could do with a little wine. It's just what you need to help you sleep.
My lady, thank you. You really shouldn't. You could have sent a servant.
I was going to, but to tell you the truth, I couldn't sleep either. I thought of you while saying my prayers. How awful it must have been for you. I came to offer you solace, to let you know you're not alone.
Thank you. Thank you kindly.
You're welcome. Now, Henry, I know this is all very new and strange for you, but I want you to feel at home here. You're not to worry about anything except getting better. God knows you've been through a terrible ordeal. I know what it is to be left alone in the world, although your loss is much greater. But with God's help, the pain will ease in time. And it can help to talk about it, if you feel like it.
That or I've never noticed it.
You might be right, my lady. I'll tell you what happened. It was terrible and unexpected. The day started just like any other. Father sent me into town on some errands. A fellow by the name of Kunesh owed money to Father, who sent me to collect it from him. Only Kunesh had no intention of paying. It got a bit heated, as often happens when there's money involved, but Kunesh still wouldn't cough up the coin. Father was too generous for his own good, letting even a scoundrel like that buy on credit.
Oh.
When I'd done all the errands, I headed back home. I promised Father I'd help him with his work, and I was looking forward to it. He was forging a sword for Sir Radzik. The sword was taking shape when Sir Radzik himself came to have a look at it. He praised Father's work and said that with his smithing skills, he could easily make a living in Prague or Vienna.
You don't say.
But Sigismund's horde was already on the horizon, ready to attack the town. A horde of soldiers was amassed. Pennants flapped in the wind, the armour glinted in the sunlight, and the horses whinnied impatiently. They were waiting for Sigismund to give the command to attack.
How awful.
And then death descended on Skalitz. Father told me to take shelter in the castle while he went to get Mother. She was stranded in the town, surrounded by Sigismund's butchers. And then I saw him knocking down one Cuman after another. I never saw him fight like that. But then the leader of Sigismund's raiding party, a knight in full armour, saw Father and charged at him. He cut down my father without a thought. And then he turned on my mother. And he murdered her in cold blood.
You poor boy. May the Lord have mercy on their souls.
I ran to the castle like our neighbours to take cover, but I didn't make it. I had to find another way to save myself. The men on the battlements called down to me to flee to Talmberg and warn you. I was lucky I knew a concealed path around the castle. I wasn't safe yet. The Cumans were going from house to house below the castle, looting and then torching them. They encircled the castle, and it was clear they could spot me at any moment.
May God punish them.
Then I heard a scream. It was Teresa, the mill wench. She'd been caught by a gang of Cuman savages who planned to violate her. I had Sir Radzig's sword, and even though there were several of them and they were better armed, I had to try and save her. I wanted there to be at least one person I'd help.
Any good, or have you passed out
And I
yet?
succeeded, even though it almost cost me my life. After that, I stole a horse from them and rode off.
Like a valiant
Passed out
knight.
yet, have you?
I'll never forget the horror. It will haunt me for the rest of my life.
terrible. How could something like that happen?
God alone knows why he lets such things happen.
You poor boy. I understand your grief, but God is not to blame for the ills of this world. That is the work of Satan and those who do his bidding, those who are corrupted by greed, envy, and pride. You must not lose faith, whatever life brings. Fate has not been merciful to me, and my husband either. Although in comparison to the horrors he went through. I was young when I married my husband. It was my father's wish. Divish was a lot older than I, but a woman must bear her lot.
So what is that video you sent, the
Shortly
MJX
after our
thingy?
marriage, before I even got a look at Townburg,
punishment going too
the
far.
castle was stormed and my husband was imprisoned.
Schools who take
Really?
school punishments way too far.
My husband had some quarrel with Sir Havel Medek of Valdek,
Like having
who
the
decided
police
to
escort
resolve
a
it by
child out
force.
of school
He
because they
stormed the
couldn't
castle,
afford to get
burned down the
shoes
village of
that were
Probislavitz,
appropriate for school,
and killed many of our
which had to
men.
have been a black
Even
pair
the
of
old
shoes, even though
chamberlain.
they, instead
He
of
imprisoned
providing
my
them,
husband in the
they
castle
just
with his
demanded
own
you
garrison there.
magically come up with the money to get him, can't afford
That's
to.
awful.
I was barely 18 years old, and all of a sudden, I was left alone with Sir Robert. We didn't know what to do. We went to Prague to appeal to the king and sought help from Divish's friends, but all to no avail. We tried for years, but it seemed I was destined to be left alone and my husband to rot in jail in his own castle.
Years, you say?
7 years. That's how long it took before Havel was condemned as an enemy of certainly, and
Skipping. That took way too long. And now we're asleep having nightmares.
Oh.
That's the only part where the nightmare thing and the trauma would have made sense. It's because of what happened to him at the beginning of the game.
Help us soon. Don't be a coward.
I'm still waiting around to see games saved.
Henry, wake up. You don't want to miss this.
What is it? What's happening?
Come to the battlements. One of our patrols reported a company heading here from Skalitz.
Fuck. I just watched an episode, or this YouTube video where, about Spider-Man. I think it's part of the game? I'm not sure if you ever played it.
Which Spider-Man?
I don't know, he looks pretty super. I think this might be a newer one.
If it's the new one, no, I haven't got to play it. That's console only.
Okay, yeah, then I'm not gonna spoil this, because oh my god. Holy shit, that just happened. And that was not okay. Like, yeah. Hope that never fucking